So hello friends, in this video we shall discuss line to line fault. Okay, so in the three-phase line, if two conductors are shorted, we can say the line to line fault has occurred. Okay, so any of the two conductors of R, Y, B phases get shorted, then we can say the line to line fault has occurred. So in order to find out the fault current and the short circuit MVA in these conditions, so let us consider a three-phase unloaded alternator. Okay, a three-phase unloaded alternator. So let me say this is the current IR, this will be the current IY, and this will be the current IB, and the induced EMF will be nothing but this is ER, this is EY, and this will be EB. Okay, these are the windings of the alternator. Okay, now here if we see the conditions, that is before fault has occurred. So before fault has occurred, what about your currents and voltages? So we are having that IR will be equal to IY will be equal to IB will be equal to 0, because this is a unloaded. Okay, there will be no currents flowing in R, Y, B phases because the alternator is unloaded, and your voltages VR, VY, VB, they remain balanced. Okay, now let us consider a fault has occurred in the between the phases Y and B. So let us consider the impedance, that is fault impedance is ZF. Okay, your ZF will be the fault impedance. Okay, and the current flowing here it is IF. Okay, the current flowing it is IF. Okay, now after fault, let us see the conditions after fault. Okay, after fault what we see here it is this R phase will be open circuited again. So your IR will be equal to 0, okay, comma, your IY will be equal to minus of IB, because your IY is flowing in this direction, your IB is flowing in this direction, so your IY will come in this direction. That means the two currents, this is IB and this will be again IY, so the two currents will flow in opposite directions. That is why we have written IY is equal to minus IB, and this IY is nothing but your IF, fault current. Okay, fault current, and again here your voltages VR, VY, VB, they gets unbalanced. Okay, they gets unbalanced after fault. Okay, now if we consider the matrix to find out the symmetrical components of the currents, so let us say this is IR0, this is IR1, this is IR2. Okay, so this will be equal to 1 by 3 times of, this is simply 1 A square, 1 A square A. Okay, and here we are having IR, IY, and this is IB, right? So as we can see here from these conditions, your IR is equal to 0, IY is equal to minus B. Okay, so by putting those conditions you can make it to 0 IR. Okay, and here what we can do is I can make the IB is equal to minus IY. So put, instead of IB we can write minus IY. Okay, minus IY. Now let us see the components. So your IR0 will be equal to 1 by 3 of 1 into 0 will be 0, 1 into IY minus 1 into IY. So we are getting here 1 by 3 into IY minus IY, right? 1 by 3 into IY minus IY. So this will be 0. That means we know that the neutral current will be equal to 3 times of IR0 will also be equal to 0. So if I connect a neutral impedance Zn, which is grounded here, so the current IN will be equal to 0. That means this is of no significance for us in the line to line fault current. Okay, because your IN will be equal to 0, because I know that IN is nothing but 3 times of IR0. When your IR0 0, IN will be 0. So this neutral is of no significance for us. Okay, now we have found IR0, your IR1 will be given by again what you can write 1 by 3 times of 1 into 0 will be 0, A into Iy minus A square into Iy. So what we can do it is we can take iy common, so that you can get a minus a square into iy. Okay, a minus a square into iy, and your IR2 will be equal to simply 1 by 3 times of 1 into 0 0 a square into iy minus a into iy. Again take iy common, so you get a square minus a into iy, a square minus a into iy. So from these terms you can see that this IR1 and IR2 are just opposite of each other. Okay, just if you take minus sign common here, this will be again equal to a minus a square iy. Okay, that will be equivalent to this. So what we can write is IR1 is equal to minus of IR2. Okay, or you can write IR2, this IR2 will be equal of minus of, this is, if you take minus common, so this will be again a minus a square. So you can write this term as, or whole this term as IR1. Okay, that means your IR2 is equal to minus IR1 or IR1 is equal to minus IR2. We have got a relation between the positive sequence component of the current and the negative sequence component of the current. Now we have seen that the rotational operator A is nothing but 1 with angle 120 degrees. Okay, this is a shift operator or rotational operator which we use in the calculation of unsymmetrical fault conditions. Your a square will be equal to 1 of, this will be again 240 degrees, a cube will be equal to 1 into, this will be 360 degrees. Okay, so in our last videos we have seen the relation of a plus a square and a minus a square. So a minus a square, if you see the relation, it will be nothing but j times of root 3, right? So from here I can write your IR1 will be equal to 1 by 3 times of j root 3 into iy. Okay, 1 by 3 times of j root 3 into iy. Now remember this and let us erase this so that we can have easy visible writing. Okay, so this is, sorry, this is of no use, right? So from here we got IR1 is equal to 1 by 3 into j root 3 into iy. Now what you can write, 3 as, 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3. Okay, that means here root 3 will get cancelled and we are left with root 3. So if I want to find iy will be equal to root 3 IR1 and this j will be 1 by j. Okay, now we have seen that from the earlier relations your iy is equal to if. Okay, from here also you can see iy is nothing but if and this will be equal to minus ib, right? So you can write here iy as if. Okay, iy as if and 1 by j is minus j, because after rationalizing what you do is you multiply j upon j into j. J square is minus 1, so minus j into root 3 IR1. Okay, IR1. Now if you write here IR2, you will get if is equal to j root 3 into IR2, because minus minus will get a plus, so j root 3 into IR2 you will get. Now this is your fault current and this is in per unit value only. Please remember this is in per unit value. Now once you get the per unit value, you can find the actual current as the IF in amperes will be equal to IF in per unit will be into, this will be MVA into MVA upon root 3 KVL. Okay, line voltage. So from here you can find the actual value of the fault current. So we can see here, this is your Vy and this point is your Vb, right? Vy and Vb. So let me erase it further so that we can get a relation between Vy and Vb. Okay, this can be written as Vy minus Vb will be nothing but If into Zf, which is fault impedance. Okay, If into Zf. Now your If is nothing but Iy. Okay, you can write it as Iy. Okay, you can write it as Iy. From the matrices we know that how you can write this as, let me say this is Vr, Vy, Vb. This will be equal to 1 1 1 1 alpha square, or let me say a square 1 a square a 1 a square into V R0 V R1 V R2. Okay, this is a matrix. Now we can find Vy and Vb from there. Okay, your Vy can be written as it is simply V R0, okay, V R0 plus a square into V R1 plus a into V R2, right? Now minus, this is your Vy, minus Vb is nothing but V R0 plus a into V R1 minus plus a square into V R2. Okay, this is your Vb. Now this will be equal to, again you can write If is nothing but Iy. Okay, or you can put simply If will be nothing but minus j root 3 I R1. Okay, from here. Now you can see here from the relation V R0 get cancelled, and if I take V R1 common, so this will be a square minus a. Okay, and if you take plus VR2 common, okay, or let me say, let me take minus VR2 common. Okay, if you take minus VR2 common, so this will be a square minus a. Okay, again this will be minus j root 3 IR1. Okay, now we have seen the relation that a minus a square is nothing but j root 3. Okay, now this is a square minus a. So I will write the equations here once again. Okay, V R1 minus V R2 into this will be a square minus a. Okay, this will be equal to minus j root 3 I R1 into ZF. So ZF we forgot to include here in the equation earlier. Here we have seen that. So we can see that a square minus a is nothing but minus j root 3. Okay, minus j root 3. Now this minus j root 3 will get cancelled. That means we are having V R1 minus V R2 will be equal to I R1 into ZF. Okay, I R1 into ZF. And earlier we are having a relation that is I R1 will be equal to minus of I R2. Okay, minus of I R2. Now let us draw the per phase equivalent circuit diagram for this line to line fault conditions. So if I say this is a positive phase sequence, so we are having the impedance Z1, and in the alternator we are having only the positive phase sequence induced EMF. Okay, now what is the reason we have discussed in our earlier videos. So this will be ER1, okay, and this will be your VR1, the current flowing will be IR1. Okay, now as the currents in the positive phase sequence and negative phase sequence are opposite to each other, that means let us take this current in this direction. Okay, so if I consider this is Z2, okay, and let me say the current here is IR2, and there will be no induced EMF in the negative sequence phase and zero sequence phase, because the rotor will be rotating in one direction only, and in that anti-clockwise direction we are having only the positive phase sequence induced EMF, right? So this point is VR2. Now VR1 minus VR2 is nothing but IR1 into ZF. Okay, so these two can be joined by with fault impedance ZF. Okay, so that VR1 minus VR2 is nothing but IR1 into ZF. So we have got this relation, and IR1 is equal to minus IR2. Okay, now you can join these two circuits. Okay, now from this circuit we are having IR1 will be equal to simply ER1 upon the impedances Z1 plus Z2 plus ZF. Okay, this is in again per unit value. Please remember this is in per unit value. Now if we find the short circuit MVA for this circuit, okay, short circuit MVA, this can be found in many ways. Again, this can be found in many ways, right? So your short circuit MVA, it can be given by, so you can see from the circuit here, so we are not having any neutral here, okay, because neutral current is 0, and you can see here this is your EY, this is EB, and the current fault current is flowing here. Okay, fault current is flowing here. That means your short circuit MVA is nothing but the voltage in this circuit into the fault current, because you will be placing a circuit breaker here and we find the short circuit MVA just to decide the rating of the circuit breaker in order to control the fault current. Okay, so why do we find MVA is to decide the rating of this circuit breaker in order to limit the fault current. Now here the current is nothing but IY is nothing but IF. Okay, now if we see the EMFs here, so this is the phasor. Here you can see EY and EB are opposite. That means if you apply the KVL, so this is nothing but EY, that is a phasor quantity, EY minus EB. This is also phasor. Okay, so here we are making the phasor sum into IF. Okay, IF is your fault current and we know the value of IF as well. Now this can be written as mod of E. Okay, mod of E. Okay, so if I take ER as the reference phase, this will be lagging minus 120 degrees and this will be lagging minus 240 degrees. So by taking mod E, this can be written as minus 120 minus this can mod E minus 240, okay, into IF. Okay, so after finding this, that is cos of minus 120 plus J of minus 120 and again here cos of minus 240 plus J of minus 240, this you will get as root 3 mod E into IF. Okay, so this is your short circuit MVA and this is one method. Okay, now in the complex three-phase circuit, your short circuit MVA can also be found in the fashion of 3 times of ER1 into IR1 conjugate plus ER2 into IR2 conjugate plus ER0 into IR0 conjugate. So please remember here these are actual values. Okay, they are actual values. Okay, not in per unit. Okay, so this is your phase voltage E, this is fault current in actual value, and your IF actual is simply nothing but IF in amperes can be found by IF per unit into MVA upon root 3 KVL, that is line voltage. Okay, from here you can find IF in actual. Okay, you can substitute here. This will be your short circuit MVA in other method. Okay, but you can see that this EMF do not exist in the alternator and this EMF also do not exist in the alternator, and again this is again 3 times of ER1 into IR1 conjugate, and we also know what is the value of IR1. So this is again in volts and this is amperes. So again you can write here volts, this is amperes. Okay, this is other method. Now short circuit MVA in per unit. In per unit you can find as simply ER1 into IR1. This is per unit values. Okay, because this is for 3 phase. Okay, we are considering 3 phases. So for the 3 phase we are having ER2, ER0 as 0. So this will be 3 times of ER1 into IR1. Again this will be in actual values only because we are considering 3 phases. Now if you consider only one phase, this 3 gets removed. So this will be simply 1 into ER1 into IR1. That means you are taking the per unit values. So this is the other way. Now the other way is, in my last video I have discussed, that is how can we decide the short circuit MVA. Short circuit MVA will be nothing but base MVA upon X equivalent. Okay, X equivalent is you can add all the per unit reactances by taking an equivalent circuit. So how do we get this? So in the symmetrical circuit, okay, in the symmetrical circuit you can see that the short circuit MVA will be nothing but 3 times of V into ISC by 1000 into 1000. Okay, this is short circuit MVA. Now this ISC is nothing but, your ISC will be nothing but I into 100 by percentage X. Okay, I into 100 by percentage X. So let me write it clearly here. Okay, so this is your equation, and let us substitute the ISC here. So your short circuit MVA will be given by 3 into V into I into 100, okay, I into 100 by 1000 into 1000 into percentage X, okay, that is percentage reactance. Now 3VI can be written as simply, or you can include this also, this 1000 also, to make it MVA. Okay, this will be short circuit MVA is equal to base MVA into 100 by percentage X. Now if you remove the 100, this will be base MVA upon just X equivalent. Okay, X equivalent, this is in per unit only. Okay, so in this way also you can find the short circuit MVA. So this is all about the line to line fault. I hope you understood well. Thank you.